Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, the hopeful lake out there, pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And what I want to get into today, we're dealing with, we're all right, about to be tested, to see if we really believe, because how about Shemal Shai, all right, there's a suffering, that's going to make us perfect. And as believers, we all have to go through that suffering. As Yahweh Shai, all right, he was the first, all right, to go through that suffering. Matter of fact, let me start here. Okay. You go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 2. He was the first one to be made perfect through his suffering. Okay, and we follow that path. All right. And each and every one of us as a believer, we have our own suffering. Okay, that we're going to have to go through. We have our own straight gate that we have to go through. Okay, for us to be perfected. All right, Jacob trouble is going to be, all right, the Lord perfecting his saints. Okay, and also judging 2/3, okay, of Israel. So we pray, that Jacob trouble is us being refined, okay, and not decline. Okay, it's probably the name of the lesson, man. Hopefully refine and not decline, man, in the times of Jacob trouble, because hey, we don't know. We know that there's a great chance that we keep doing what we're doing, that the Lord is going to bring us through. But that's why we have to work out our own salvation on a daily basis in fear and trembling, man, in hopes that the Lord puts a spirit on us to endure through these times. Okay, but we know, and we're constantly getting signs and tokens that the Lord is dealing, all right, to motivate us to keep going in that way. Because there's no doubt that we're going the right way. Okay, we just have to endure. Okay, this is the book of Hebrews chapter 2, verse 9. It says, "But we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death." So Yahushua had to be born in the flesh, okay, so he can feel that suffering, man. All right, that spirit, okay. Yahushua had to come down, all right, in the physical flesh and feel suffering, man. He had to be born under, the Roman captivity. Okay, he had to endure, okay, the treachery of his own people. Okay, he had to deal with seeing his people at a lower state. Okay, and then ultimately he had to endure the cross, man, the torturous death of the crucifixion. All right, so he had to come down in their mortal flesh to endure, all right, those things, okay, for the nation, man. First for himself and then for the nation, okay. It says, "But we see Yahweh Shai, who was made a little lower than the angel for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of the Most High should taste death for every man." Yeah, Yahweh Shai, he took the brunt, okay, of the Lord's wrath on the cross. Okay, and that's why his suffering was so intense. All right, because there was the Lord's anger. Okay, that's why so much bloodshed. Okay, so Yahweh Shai, he pretty much buffeted the Lord's anger towards Israel, man, with his body. Okay, he pretty much threw his body, between Israel and the Lord's anger. Okay, or between the Lord's anger and Israel. Okay, yeah, it was a great sacrifice, man. And that's why he's gonna have that preeminence, man. All right, which is gonna be well deserved. All right, you keep reading. It said, "For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things." Okay, which through Yahushua everything was made. Okay, everything was made, and pretty much everything was made to serve him. Okay, Yahushua was made to serve the Heavenly Father directly, and everything else that was created to serve Yahushua. Okay, even those first fruits. Okay, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua, Lord willing. Okay, but we're still are going to be his servants. We're just going to have the rank of kings in the earth, man. But we're still going to be servants under Yahushua. All right, the women, Israelite women servants under us, the heathen servant under us. Okay, the animals and the earth gonna be subjugated under our rule. Okay, so through Yahushua, he brought everything forth to serve him. Okay, but to be ruler over those things, he had to go through a suffering, man. All right, because that suffering creates a balance. Okay, of of strictness and mercy. Okay, and it says, "For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings." Okay, and you read that in the NLT, it says the Most High. It's Hebrews 2:10. It says it said the Most High, for whom for Yahushua, for whom and through whom everything was made, chose to bring many children into glory, all right, through Yahushua. And those children are the children of Israel, okay, that he's going to bring, that he brought into glory. And that's part of their suffering as well. You know, it opened the doors up for us to have a grace period so we, okay, can showcase our faith, man, without being under, the strictness of the law. The law is not done away with, and we rehearse the righteous act. We love the law, okay? But we're not under the burden, okay, of every jot and every tittle of the law, because we wouldn't be able to stand. We wouldn't be able to finish our mission in captivity, man, because the main mission is to show faith. That's going to be the highlight of our missions, okay, in this ministry is the showcase of faith that we're about to endure. Okay, and it says, for it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons. Oh, it's like I gotta go to NLT. Back in Hebrews 2:10 in NLT, and it was only right that he should make Yahushua through his suffering a perfect leader. Okay, fit to bring them into their salvation. So through the suffering, Yahushua became a perfect leader. Okay, it's experience, it's affliction. It's really through failure where you learn, okay, where you come into perfection. Being perfected, failure is part of being perfected. And that's why as a nation, all this failure that we've been through, in the long run, it's gonna play out for our good. It's gonna play out on our behalf. Okay, because it's through failure, okay, where you truly learn, okay, what to do and what not to do, man. All right, and you get better. You make adjustments and get better. That's why when Yahushua came, he didn't deal with women. He learned from his previous failures, man. Okay, as Adam, all right, as King Solomon. Okay, that's why he didn't even deal with the woman. Okay, he had to complete the mission. All right, so we have to go through our suffering, man. We gotta drink of that cup, as Yahushua told the disciples. You shall surely drink of this cup. Okay, and our cup is prepared, and we're drinking it now. There's certain things that we go through now. That's us drinking of that cup. You go through certain things, and it's like, sometimes you're like, man, Yahushua was going through this. Especially, dealing with things at work, dealing with things in the ministry, at the house, man. You got, whatever your situation is, with the family, we're drinking that cup of suffering, man, to be perfected. Okay? And we understand that it's necessary. All right? So, reading on, and it says, this is Isaiah 48:10, it says, "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. Okay? So we're being refined. All right? Our spirits are being refined. Okay? Through this hell, man. Okay? Through this vexation, man. We're vexed in the mind. Okay? Because it's beyond, just physical affliction, man. It's the mental. It's especially now, man. It's a vexation of the mind. Okay? That's why it's every day, like it don't let up. Like it's something every day, that just be on your mind. That's a vexation, man. All right, they're throwing in the flesh, man. Okay, the way things are, situations, man. You just, something and that's why you have a shot. Like a lot of things, you just gotta turn the other cheek, man, and just deal with the affliction, man. Because whatever whatever affliction it is purging things out of us, man. Okay, and this is that word refine, which in the Hebrew is um tazarach. All right, and you go to the Strong's, it says figuratively, okay, refiner, goldsmith, to melt, okay, to purge away. Okay, so the Lord is purging out those impure qualities, that have been instilled in us in this captivity, man. All right, being brought up and bred in Western culture, man. All right, where from your youth up, you're pretty much taught to be anti-Messiah. The school system, the entertainment, the culture. All right, within this society of itself, it's just anti-Messiah. Okay, and it gets worse. To the point that they just wide open with it now. Okay, but we've been removed from darkness and brought into the light, the understanding. Okay, but guess what? He said he will baptize us with water. All right, and fire. And he baptized us in the spirit and in fire. Okay, so we will have this understanding, but then we will be dipped in this affliction as well. We will be dipped into this word, which is the understanding. Okay, the true baptism being engulfed in his word. All right, the washing through the word. Okay, but he will also dip us in affliction as well. Okay, to where we will have to utilize this word within the affliction, man. Okay, and this is a conditioning that's making us perfect through suffering, man. Perfect going to complete. Okay, so even when you go into the Chaldee lexicon, it says especially to purge gold or silver by fire and to separate from dross. Okay, to separate from dross. All right, so that's a process, and this is the process that we in now, and it's going to be the most intense. All right, when the society collapsed and Jacob trouble, is fully set in. Okay, because that's going to be the hottest moment. Because to get, the gold pure, it has to be raised to certain temperatures, man. It has to be, the furnace has to be extremely hot. Okay, to get that desired, quality of gold or silver that you want, man. So Jacob trouble is gonna be the Lord turning up the furnace, man. Okay, and Lord will, we're refined, okay, and not decline. All right. So because that's what they would do, when it was a piece of gold and metal, okay, that didn't do right in the furnace, it will be, discarded. It will be declined. Okay, and that's why you have this here. All right, when you go to Zechariah 13 and 8, all right, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 8. It says, it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third part shall be left therein. And that's where we get the concept of 2/3 and 1/3. Okay, 2 parts, all right, represents a two whole parts of 3. Okay, so 2/3 all right, are going to be cut off and die, okay, within the Lord's anger. They're going to be declined, okay? But the third, all right, which is the 1/3, the elect, predestined, okay, will be left. That's why the elect is known as what? The remnant, okay, what you have remaining, all right, because when you put those precious metal in the furnace, okay, you want the remainder. You only deal with the remainder, all right, after impurities have been purged out. The remainder is their precious gold that's been refined. That's the remainder. That's why, another name for the elect is what? Title for the elect is the remnant. Okay? It's going to remain after the purging. Verse 9, it says, and I will bring the third part through the fire and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is my power. And that's where we want to end up, man. Okay? We want to be brought back in fully. Okay? We want the Lord, all right, to consider us his people. We want to be approved. We want to be accepted, as the scriptures say. Okay? We want to be found to be acceptable. Okay? As we go through this furnace, as we get ready to go through this straight gate, man. We want the Lord to glory in calling us his people. And we have the privilege of calling him our power, man. All right, this is Sirach 2:1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy heart for temptation, set thy heart aright, which is thy mind, and constantly endure, and make no haste in time of trouble. Yeah, we can't, a lot of men, they'll leave the truth because they tired of their process of being refined. They're tired of it, man. They tired of, the fallouts with the family, and, being a black sheep at work, and, they're tired of those things, man, having certain restrictions, and you can't just, indulge in Babylon. Okay, which all that is part of the refining process, man. And Jake, Jake tap out, and that's why we gotta stay engaged, because the thing that's keeping us in here, man, is Yahweh Shai. That's why we gotta be engaged with Yahweh Shai, man. More and more. Okay? And it says, verse 3, cleave unto him. Yep. And it said, cleave unto him. When we go through the affliction, it don't be time to, start going backwards. You go through affliction, and the flesh wants to stop reading. The flesh wants to stop praying. The flesh wants to stop being around brothers, man. And make the affliction, okay, the focal point. Nah, man. The affliction gonna be there. We gotta keep Yahweh Shai the focal point. Okay? Keep him at the center of this thing, man. Okay? Because you go into those three Hebrew boys, all right? Hananiah, all right, Mishael and Azariah. Okay? Who was in the fire with them? All right, Yahweh Shai. Okay? So we have to stay tapped in, okay? And Yahweh Shai, you got to stay tapped in with Yahweh Shai, okay? And we can endure the fire, man. Okay? Well, if we digress from Yahweh Shai, okay, the fire be too much. We'll be consumed. Okay? And that's what will make a man want to jump out. Okay? So you keep reading, it says, whatsoever, is it now verse 3, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Okay? It's all about finishing. So we can be increased at thy last end, man. We want to be increased. We want to be elevated in the earth in righteousness, man. The hell with being elevated on this side of wickedness. No, we want to be elevated in righteousness, man. Okay? So we're gonna cleave to our power, man. We're gonna cleave to Yahweh Shai and just ride it out. Okay, verse 4 says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed into a lower state. Because guess what? We're all our lifestyles and these little cute lifestyles we got, the convenience and balling and chilling, kicking it and chilling. That's going to be over with. We enjoy it while it's here. It's a form, to balance out. We don't overindulge in it. Each brother according to their spirit. Okay, whatever works for them. All right. But hey, their convenience is gonna be snatched. Okay? A lot of comforts and a lot of possessions that we have are going to be snatched. We're going to be brought to a lower state. But the scripture said, take those things cheerfully, man, because we know why we're suffering, man. Okay? We have an expectation that's beyond, okay, a car in the house, man. Even our family, if even our household, if they're not in agreement, man, if they, jump out the fire, man. Okay, we have an expectation beyond anything that's around us, man. Okay? So reading on, and it says, verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, man. So acceptable men, okay? We're going to become acceptable, all right, and made perfect through this last suffering that we have to endure. Okay? So I just want to, touch on that, Lord will you, brothers. All right, and you sister was edified once again, and give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples for his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the whole elect. Shalom.